What is part 2? I think that may be 2 parts right there.
Yeah.
Maybe this is part 3, 4. This is part 5. I don't know.
It's 5 parts, man.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We'll just throw.
Because we've been talking about
We'll
Fox.
throw up every single one just in case. You know what part you guys want to watch.
We got 10. Got 10.
10 parts. Who cares?
Well, these are more like 2.
Who are you talking about? Arrow now? You do our Arrow review?
I don't know if we're doing Arrow. I think we're just doing random. We're doing random
We're
stuff.
just talking.
Oh, speaking of Arrow,
Don't
two
put
new
the
casts.
power
Two
line
new,
in there.
hey, 2 new casts for the spinoff. Just recently were
Oh.
announced. You got the spinoff. The
Oh, yeah, the
two
Arrow
spinoff
spinoff.
characters.
Oh,
Well,
come on, guys,
it's
please.
recording right now, so we can just say whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
it's recording right now.
It's recording. Still
We'll
recording.
we can talk about this casually.
Wait, it'll be rude if I'm eating while...
No.
Not really.
A
Dude,
lot of people eat.
this is
during
casual.
videos.
This is casual. We don't
This is
care.
behind the crisis
Okay. This is
discussion.
behind the crisis. We're
Casual
you know what?
crisis?
You know what? We have been. Hey,
Why do we
casual crisis.
put cosmic or crisis in front of everything?
It's who we are. We branded, man. It's
We
who
are cosmically casual during this crisis. We don't know what to do anymore. We do it for the views. Do it for the views.
Do it for the views and the subscribers.
Do it for the cosmic
And the
views.
cats and dogs.
I'll be all cosmic crisis up in this joint.
Do it for the views.
I ain't gonna do it.
No, got
Do it
that.
for the views.
I ain't gonna do it.
Do it for the views.
You get a good
Okay,
view of what
okay.
we're like late at night.
So
It ain't late. It's like 5 in the morning.
10.
it's not.
Nice.
It's not. It's like I don't know. It's probably like 10 o'clock or something like that.
This is
10:05.
Gotham, so it's always
10:06.
dark.
It's 10. Yeah. Okay. So
That's my bedtime.
the spinoff, the Arrow Flash spinoff, has
Y'all want some of this cheese?
2 new cast members. They have finally confirmed that they are going to bring in Hawk Girl and Rip Hunter.
Who?
What did you find out about Hot Girl?
I know. I
I
know.
didn't hear about
And
that.
Rip Hunter.
I know who Hot Girl is, but who's Rip Hunter?
He's a time traveler. He's kind of, his attitude is like Booster Gold.
Oh.
He's a
But
cocky
he's not
ass.
Booster
So that
Gold. He's
cocky
basically
stuff?
he's like a cocky dude who's a time traveler and stuff. Not a very popular character. And then they have Hawk Girl that they have brought in also.
I can see Hot Girl.
So that means they're actually missing one more character.
Static
Who
Shock.
I'm thinking maybe Static Shock.
I want to see Static Shock.
I honestly think it'll be a little racist if they do Black Lightning.
Oh, that
I
would
really
be
do.
horrible.
But I'm thinking they're going to do Static Shock.
They can just say he's Dark Lightning or African Lightning.
Really,
Keep
man?
it politically, keep it politically correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to do Static Shock. So that's just what I'm waiting for. This is just that announcement. I'm waiting more for an announcement for like a synopsis
My bad, man.
to see what that'll be about.
Easy access.
Oh, he's talking about pizza.
Oh,
I really do want to see Static Shock in it. Last we've seen of Static Shock is the TV show, the animated TV
20
show.
years ago.
Yeah.
well,
Who knows how many years ago.
what was the last show he was in?
Either the character, the
Well,
character.
Static Shock, was he not in?
He was. I think he was in Unlimited or.
He was in Young Justice.
I thought he was in Young Justice.
But they brought him in as like Inhumans. They weren't really.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Human
they did
type,
that whole experiment thing on
Yeah.
them or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Maybe. I didn't mind that too much because I don't know, but well, besides that, last I saw him in an actual TV show is probably either Justice League or his own TV show.
You didn't see him in Injustice? Oh, not Injustice. Young Justice.
I'm saying besides that.
Oh.
That would be interesting, but
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just waiting more for the synopsis of the show rather than just being like, okay, they've already got this, they got the show out there, but it's like, eh.
Mhm.
It'd be interesting. That was a big announcement today earlier. Was the 2 new characters. So it did have a confirmation that those 2 characters are in there. And then it's just waiting for one more reveal. Other thing was they did finish filming Supergirl, so we'll see how
Yeah,
that
I saw
goes.
that.
We'll see how that goes. I'm not excited for Supergirl. Not gonna lie.
I looked at the picture again. I
I'm
don't like
indifferent.
it.
I'm
I
indifferent.
changed my mind. I don't like
I
it.
told you, dude.
I don't like it.
I told
She
you.
does not look like it. She looks.
Love.
She doesn't look
Love the
way
suit,
she's
not
supposed
her.
to look. I
Yeah.
was about to say something.
I mean, the girl from Laura Vanderbeek from Smallville looked more like Supergirl, or what you would expect a Supergirl to look like.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like blonde, you know, tall, muscular. You know how she looks. How hard is that?
Supergirl's not muscular.
Mm-mm.
Well, in shape. This movie's like some regular teen,
Yeah, she just looks regular.
regular body,
Yeah.
like Wonder Woman.
I think Wonder Woman looks good. I do.
The DCCU?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think she's good. I think she'll be fine. Well, who else would you put as Wonder Woman?
No one, don't cast her yet.
I say it's fine casting her. Just give her time to bulk up.
Definitely.
Because
it's like they're already
the
shooting
thing is-
pictures of her.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying what
She's
I
skinny
would-
as heck.
What I would have done,
Hit that like and subscribe button.
I would have cast her now, waited at least 2 or 3 years for the movie,
Give her steroids.
and have her bulk up.
Then she be all in gains, man. She go.
You don't need steroids to bulk up in 2 to 3 years.
And I'm just.
But I'm just saying, like, if you give her that much time, and she bulks up like that, there
Could
you
be
go.
pretty good.
Because she is tall. She's like 5'9" or 5'10". And so
But she does need to better her acting abilities.
I think she's a decent actress.
Decent. It'll get the job done.
I didn't care for her in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Really? I thought she was fine. I didn't think she was bad. You could have picked worse. You could have picked just a model. Just like a regular model who has never acted before.
True.
Do a complete Michael Bay thing and just be like, oh, hey, I'm going to pick you even though you have never acted in your entire life.
Do you want to talk about that?
No, I don't.
I don't. Either.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles picked out another model.
We're like, no, we don't want to talk about it. Well,
I wanna talk.
Guess what? I'm going to say it anyways.
Sitting there.
Half Shell as the subtitle for Turtles 2.
Really?
How corny can you get?
It's called
Yeah.
Half Shell.
Half
Yeah.
Shell, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the official subtitle.
Yeah,
Ninja
Ninja
Turtles.
Turtles Half Shell.
yeah,
Ninja Turtles Half Shell.
Mhm.
yeah. That's what part 2's called.
That's the corny.
That's like Ninja Turtles 1.5.
Mhm.
This isn't really the sequel. It's 1.5.
That's like saying Ninja Turtles Shredder, Ninja Turtles Mutants.
It's like their old theme song,
Or Ninja
Turtles
Turtle
and a Half Shell.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay,
Ninja Turtles the second movie.
yeah. Like, what does that even have to do? Half shell. Does somebody lose half their shell?
I don't know.
Crack that thing.
What's going on here? Somebody gonna die.
Ninja Turtles Snap City.
Do we got a naked turtle running around? I'm just saying.
Ninja Turtle Dimension X.
Oh yeah, the
What's Mikey?
shells off there completely exposed.
What's Mikey been doing?
Oh no.
Come on, man. Everybody knows he's doing something.
Oh,
It's a little something. I'm just saying, you know. Come on now.
He
Come
needs to
on.
find like a good
his
female
lips. His lips in the movie.
turtle. Yeah, what's wrong with him?
He doesn't have lips. They don't have lips. None of them have lips.
Look at the
It's like
movie.
this
They
little
have
squished in.
lips.
It's like this squished in face that's
No,
just like.
they're not
Look
lips.
at the movie. They have
It's
lips.
not lips, it's flaps of skin.
It's not lips. It's like this little squished in face.
It's
Their
a
faces
mutated-
are more squished than a pug.
It's a
I'm
mutated
just saying, man.
snapper.
Come on now.
Look back. They got lips.
I don't want to.
They may have tried to give them lips.
Yeah, they tried and they failed. They botched it.
Might as well make them look like little snapper turtles or something like that.
Those Space Jam turtles. They look like they touched the
those dudes
Space
off
Jam ball. That's what they
Okay.
did. They might as well they screwed up the origin story like you said, so that instead of having all that green goo, they might as well just have the
touch that
Space
ball.
Jam ball robot.
Whoa, hold up. The sequel is going to have guys from the LA Clippers in it.
Great.
Uh-huh.
You might as well bring in Michael Jordan and just have him touch the ball.
Yeah.
Looney Tunes, he would come.
His arm stretching
Space
on Mr.
Jam too.
Fantastic, so you have superhero elements in this one. Michael Jordan's arm stretching. We got Inhumans. Look at that.
Yeah, that is true.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Space Jam did have superhero elements in it.
Mm.
It did.
There you go. That's going to
Still
be a
pretty
better
good movie.
Fantastic. That was a better Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's
you got
how you
Mr.
do it.
Fantastic, Michael Jordan right there. You know, from half court dunking by stretching his arm out. Well, guess what? That's right. That's right.
You can do anything in this game? He figured that out in like what last 5 seconds.
Yeah, he was like, thanks for telling me the last 5
That's
seconds.
pretty much it. He's like, oh, I'm in the Matrix. Watch this.
Okay, so say Ninja Turtles can redeem itself. We're doing a maybe here. Who would you want to see from like the mutated cast, villain or friend?
I
Casey?
wouldn't mind.
No, I mean mutated.
Like a mutant?
Mutant.
I don't care. Bebop and Rocksteady. Outside of Bebop and Rocksteady.
Okay.
I
What
mean,
about Crane?
Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Or how about Crane?
Studios.
Huh?
Crane.
He's an alien.
I mean, I wouldn't mind
So-
seeing.
Okay.
Well,
Who would you want to see in the next Ninja Turtle movie?
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Me too.
Outside of Casey Jones, that's what I want to see. I want to see Casey Jones, Bebop and Rocksteady. That's about it. You know, I could care less about anybody else. I'm not really a Crane fan. I'm just like,
I don't even know their villains.
He's
Shredder?
just- yeah. I want to see Shredder done right. I want to see Shredder done right. I don't want to see this giant mech running around. What is this, Japanese anime?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's what Ninja Turtles is.
Well, no, it's not Japanese anime.
No.
It's
But-
was it made in Japan?
No.
No.
It wasn't made in Japan.
No.
Where was it made?
It's not an
America?
anime.
You're
Yes.
in New York.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not
I
an
think New
anime.
York.
We have something of our own.
Yes.
Marvel.
America has come up with something besides Batman. I'm just saying.
Look
Besides Superman,
at that.
we mutated turtles.
I'm not sure
Woo!
Superman was made here.
Made of a spin-off of Daredevil.
Oh well.
Make it connected and knock me.
But yeah,
Was Shredder even done right in the first original Ninja Turtle movie?
yes.
He was?
Yeah, Shredder was. Splinter wasn't.
I know Splinter wasn't.
Yeah, because instead of him being the master, he mutated into a rat.
He was a
He's
rat.
basically a rat watching the master.
Yeah, all of a
master
sudden
die.
he's getting up and just
But
I
Splinter,
did what he did.
yeah, Splinter was done right.
So really?
So, and then he ends up fighting him. And then in the second movie, he takes the mutagen. Yeah, in the second movie, he takes the mutagen and ends up getting crushed. But he reaches his hand up and gets basically crushed.
Turned into
again,
Super Shredder.
so- Yeah, Super Shredder. So it was
And
kind
isn't
of like
that where we get Go Ninja Go? No, wait, that's the first one.
no, that was the second one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
yep. You get the second one in that one. That's because right there at that when they're all up on the stage, then Mikey,
Vanilla
I think
Ice.
Mikey grabs the keytar and then does it and shoots Shredder out into the docks, and then that's where he takes the ears and mutates into Super Shredder.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was. It was still kind of cool when I was a
It was pretty
kid.
fun.
I was like, oh man, he's so huge. Like he's gonna kill the turtles. Oh no, what's he gonna do? He smashes the whole thing and comes down on him. You're like, no, the turtles are
Yeah,
dead.
he was just throwing them around.
And then
left
it's
right.
like, oh wait, they're turtles, and they start bobbing up in the water.
Yeah.
That's right, they can swim. This fool.
Yeah.
You're like, really,
Maybe
I drowned the turtles.
I'm gonna drown you, turtles.
Yeah.
What?
Hold you down there.
What? Come on, man. They can hold their breath for a long
The
time.
only person who can drown the fish in water is Chuck Norris.
No.
You never heard that one?
Mhm.
Chuck Norris can drown the fish in water.
Probably. Yeah.
You know how to drown a blonde?
No.
Put a scratch and sniff sticker at the bottom of the pool.
They have a different version of that.
What
Put a
idiot
mirror
would
at the
try
bottom
to-
of the pool.
Oh no! What have I done? I can hold my breath again, but I'm still breathing.
Okay. We don't want to bash on the
okay,
blondes.
Yeah, we can. We can bash on blondes all day because there's none here.
Black on blonde.
We
What?
got no blonde
That's what it
subscribers.
sounds like you were saying there, man. Come on now.
Black-
Okay, that reminds me of Shelton Benjamin. Look at that WWE reference again. The gold standard Shelton Benjamin. Whatever happened to that fool?
He had so much promise, that black
It
man.
really did, man.
And Bobby
Oh,
Lashley.
It was like destiny.
Destiny.
It was like, oh, your destiny was in reach, but they fumbled the ball again.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You're on the goal line and you keep fumbling it. Come on.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Come on. Can we have one success for the people?
Put people.
Jay's people.
Yeah, my people.
I'm preaching for the people.
Preach to us.
Preach for you.
Thanks.
That's right. Anime. Going back to your anime.
Ooh.
What?
Sony has the
Josh
rights.
is oohing. What you
Okay,
about?
Sony has the rights to do a live action movie for Robotech and Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Not a big Robotech fan.
Wait, Sony has has the rights for Attack. Okay, because I know that Japan
They're
is
doing
doing
it. Okay,
their version.
it's the American version. They have the rights to do an English American made film. Japan, whatever studio that is in Japan is already making their
Yeah, it's
their
supposed
own
to come
movie.
out
It's
this
already
year, I
in
think.
yes, it's already in production. They already have the first trailer for it out, which
Really?
looks completely incredible.
I haven't seen it.
Really, it's about a minute long, or no, 30 seconds.
I'd say it's about a minute long.
I think
Thereabouts.
it's either 30 seconds to a minute long.
It has
it's a
live
teaser
action
trailer.
and
Standard.
hand drawn
That's
stuff.
CGI. It's basically
Well, not
live
just
action
CGI. They have a bit of live or hand drawing.
I think that's more credit.
Yeah,
I think it's more of a credit scene.
Or it could be flashbacks or something.
But yeah, Japan's got they're doing their movie right now.
Finally
But-
finished the first season. Man, I did not like that first.
Attack on Titan.
I did not like Attack on Titan the first time I saw it, but finally saw it on Netflix.
I haven't even watched all
Loved
the
it.
episodes yet. I've only seen
Loved
one
the
or two.
ending.
Sat down and watched it again. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched them yet.
We have to basically got to wait for season 2 to come out.
Whole year.
Next year is when season 2 comes out.
Yeah.
But right now in Japan, they already wrapped up doing the prequel, which is based off of Levi and his backstory, which would be pretty cool to see.
I did not know they were doing a prequel.
It's based off of one of the mangas. I can't remember which one this one's called, but it's a prequel based off of Levi and then what's the captain's name? I can't remember the captain's name.
But I just-
But it's based off of them. It's based off of Levi's backstory,
Okay,
him coming into the scouts and stuff. So that's what that's based off of. So they just wrapped that up over there. That season is done.
Nice.
So
And he is a really good, interesting character.
he really is. I enjoy that character. I would expect that to be coming up, say on Netflix or Hulu or something here real soon. Maybe we'll be seeing it on. Maybe we'll be getting it the subbed and dubbed version
Hopefully.
soon, possibly.
Because
I hope.
hasn't the first season been out for?
It's been out for a little while now, so close to
How
a year.
long has the dub been out?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Thought it
Because
was,
the dubbed,
around a
it's,
year or
it's,
so.
it's still only subbed on Netflix and Hulu. It's not dubbed yet. It's dubbed on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how long it's been out. Maybe a year or so. That way.
And Netflix doesn't have when to pick it up probably yet.
Yeah, probably not. But I would expect, because the other thing that they are putting out this year is they did movie releases of the anime. They took episodes 1 through
Yeah, you were
13,
telling me about that.
mashed them together, made it a full-length movie, part 1, episodes 1 through 13. Basically cut out all the ends, basically mashed them together, put that in theaters.
Mhm.
So that's going to come out on its own Blu-ray, and then they did episodes 14 through, how many episodes do they have? 24?
14 to the end.
Yeah, I think it's like 24 episodes, 24 or 25 episodes.
I think it was 25 or 26.
Yeah, something like that. So they took all those episodes, made them part 2, put that in theaters, and they're also going to put that one up. That release there, it was going to come out subbed and dubbed, and it's going to come out with new special artwork on booklets and everything with those. So they are supposed to come out in either, I think it's May or June. I'm not sure exactly.
I know part 1 is supposed to come out sometime this year. I thought it was already out.
Yeah, that part 1 of that animated movie is supposed to come out soon. And also coming out this year is the live action Japanese film. So there's supposed to
can't
be
wait to
2
see
parts to that also.
Yeah.
So that looks pretty sweet. But then on the other side of that, Sony has the rights for the American version. So they'll be making an American version of Attack on Titan.
Be interesting how they do that.
And it'll be interesting to see how it compares to the Japanese version, because just watching the trailer for the Japanese version.
Japanese looks a bit more spot on.
Yeah, well, the one thing that's obviously going to be the big difference is the characters.
And are we gonna be in Tokyo or?
Yeah, some of the characters are not characters that are in the show. So they have a few characters listed in there. If you've seen like some of the character pictures or poster pics that they did, some of those characters and names are not in the mangas. They're not in the anime. They're just made up characters for the movie. Mikasa obviously is in there. Aaron's obviously in there. Armin's obviously in there. I think Levi's going to show up in there, and the captain is. But then there's a few other characters. But obviously all of them are Asian, and Mikasa's supposed to be the only one who is of Oriental descent. She's supposed to be the last of her kind.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. I don't think they'll really, but that's part of her background story. I can see the American version doing that.
That would make it.
But sense. I don't see the Japanese versions obviously not doing that. So that'll be the only big difference there. I'm hoping that, Sony's finally got their act together, or straighten out their act as far as doing movies, because you could see basically all the big bosses up in Japan over in Sony are basically, hey, we need to, US Sony, get your act together.
Beef you up.
Get your act together. They already basically came up with that deal with Marvel so that they can get their act together with Spider-Man. They've signed the Russo brothers to an exclusive 3-year negotiation deal to where they get the first rights for the Russo brothers. So who knows what they're going to have the Russo brothers do. The Russo brothers are already going to do Civil War, and they're going to do the Infinity Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they'll have the room to fit in anything like, say, either Ghostbusters or Attack on Titan or anything like that, which would be so amazing.
It would.
If they could do that, I would be like, oh my gosh. But I don't know that they would. But hopefully, because with this deal and some of the other things that, like the 2 deals that Sony just worked out, hopefully they're starting to right their ship and make their movies better, because they have been really cranking out a lot of disappointments recently.
Yeah.
And Sony's been losing a lot of money over this, and I don't think Sony Japan is very happy about it. So, hopefully they'll put out a good product with Attack on Titan, and we'll get a great movie. That's what I'm hoping for, something that's true to the manga and the anime.
Going a bit back into the anime, when I finished it, I was a little disappointed in the ending, because it ended much more different than what I thought the story for the first season was gonna be.
Oh, dude, it was.
Do you want to plug yours?
No, okay. Probably about to hop out this.
He'll probably.
I haven't watched it at all, so I don't.
Well, you can hop out for this part.
Well, you'll probably forget it by the time you watch it.
Yeah, but yeah, I was really disappointed that we didn't delve deeper into the cellar. I thought we were gonna go in the cellar, find out the origins of the Titans, all that.
That I was fine with, because it was. What was that? That I was fine with, because it was such a huge cliffhanger.
It was like, what happened? What's going to happen? Oh, you're moving the camera. Are you not going to be in it anymore?
No, not for this.
Oh, okay, just for this. Okay.
Attack on Titan.
Okay, you're good.
About it. I wanted to be sitting there.
Yeah. Well, I liked it because it was such a huge cliffhanger. I mean, because I sat there, I was like, wait a minute. I was so satisfied with the ending. I was like, oh my gosh, that was so great. And then I was like, wait a minute. We still haven't done the cellar yet.
I know. Okay. Thinking of that, I did like the ending, but it's not the ending I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I am satisfied with that is because it means they're going to continue with the anime. Because you had so many other ones where it was like you have, say, Sword Art Online. I enjoyed that, but the way it ended, it could have just ended. It ended with just like, okay, well, they did Sword Art Online, and then they did Elfenheim. Well, you could have ended it right after Elfenheim, and not. Or you could have ended it before Elfenheim. You could have ended it either one and never continued it.
But they do have the manga. So
and then I say, if you like those characters, it's just gonna be like, oh, well, it's done. Mm-hmm. There's been a few animes that I've gotten into where it's basically like, after the first season, it's like, oh, it's done. We ended it completely.
Yeah.
But with Attack on Titan, it's like, well, we didn't end it. We left it open. We're going to continue doing this, which I like, because I want to watch something continuously. I don't want to get into something and just have one season of it.
Yeah.
Because watching like a series is like an investment.
There are a lot of anime that Japan throws out at us that are only one season.
Yeah.
Some of them work, some of them don't. But have you? Well, let's get into that and I'll get to that. For those of you who are wondering, no, I have not read the manga. I will start reading the manga now. But
I believe they're on book 15 now, is what they're being released.
nice.
There's 14 out right now. I believe 15 was. It's either being released soon because I think it was springtime in 2015 that book 15 was being released. Whatever you want to call it, whether you call it a manga or whatever, book 15, manga 15, whatever you want to call it.
Volume 15.
It would be volume 15, whatever was supposed to be released this spring. At least that was the last thing I'd seen of it.
Well, anyways, have you heard of or seen, keeping in anime, have you heard or seen of Log Horizon?
No.
No, really? Okay, so those of you who have, you know what I'm talking about. Log Horizon is basically a anime that is kind of like Sword Art Online. It has that element or whatnot. It's people who are in video games. They're trapped there for some sort of reason. It doesn't really have the danger of dying in the video game. You die in real life like Sword Art Online does. But it's a really interesting adventure game. The NPCs are an interesting character in that as well. You get to learn some interesting things about that. But they just started their season 2. Really good. You should definitely watch it.
Yeah, I may have to check it out.
Mhm.
So
Hit that like and subscribe button.
we'll see about that.
Done with anime?
Yeah.
You're good, Jay.
Well,
You're coming back.
I guess because the only other thing about the anime was that Sony's got the deal for Robotech, but
I don't really know.
I
much
never
about
really
Robotech.
got into Robotech. You know,
Mhm.
it never really was my thing. But I just know they got their deal to do that, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I heard there's one channel on YouTube I like watching a lot. They constantly say that comic book fans are the 1%, if not less than that, in the world. What do you think the percentage for comic book fans or actual hardcore comic book geeks would be? Because I think it's a bit more than 1%. I think it's more like
1% what?
1%. There's a person on YouTube who says that comic book fans are 1% of the entire population of the earth.
John Campea.
I wasn't going to say his
We
name.
already know.
I already knew who said
Yeah.
I know, but I wasn't going to.
that. I knew who said that.
Anyway.
All right,
Hey, Chris,
Campea. All right,
cut a
all
promo
right,
on
all right.
Campea.
You don't have to move the
Okay.
camera.
No, how do you zoom in? How do you zoom in?
I don't know. I don't use the zoom in on that thing. Okay, so what
Don't
does
try it.
Campea?
Don't try
What
it.
does he say? Is that comic book fans are only 1% of the earth? That that.
I'm paraphrasing,
True.
but I think
Well,
that's more or less what he says.
Basically saying that true comic fans, people who want things done the comic book way, are only basically like 1% or whatever. Well, guess what, dude? You who have never been to a comic book store or anything before, well, guess what? Comic book fans are on the rise. Comic books are becoming more and more popular because of these movies. You got the new 52, you have the new Marvel, whatever Marvel wants to call their whole reboot and everything.
Secret Wars.
You got, I'm saying before the Secret Wars and everything.
Oh.
What they just did recently with their whole reset. Now they're doing the Secret Wars, they're doing the whole Battle World, they're doing all this. New 52 is about to lead up onto the new, they're going to end up.
Convergence.
They're doing the Convergence, they're ending the new 52, they're doing the Convergence. Basically, comic fans are on the rise. I mean, you got Jay, he's a new comic fan here. Well, somewhat of a new comic fan. He's just now really getting into it.
My
It's like
sisters.
making all kinds of comic book games.
So,
Sit down.
you got all these other shows that are
Oh, I know,
getting
I'm
people
getting a shot.
interested in comics. You got Flash, you got Arrow, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Before that, you have Smallville, you have Gotham, you have all these characters, all these shows that are coming out, getting more and more people interested in comics.
That's why I say I don't think comic book fans
And
are 1% anymore.
I don't think they're 1% anymore. Even look at the games before that. Okay, RPG, best, what was it voted as? Best RPG game, MMORPG of the year, Marvel Heroes 2015 is what it is. Most improved game of the year, Marvel Heroes 2015.
You won both?
Yeah, it won most improved and best game of the year for MMORPG.
That's good.
It's a great game. It is on the rise. It has quite a few users. I can't remember the last count I saw as far as how many users there were on it. I mean, I got into the beta. When I first got onto it, I got into the beta. I went into basically, with the first release for it, I went to a tournament for it. Ended up winning that tournament.
Wow.
You beat her.
That's right. I am
reference.
A beta tester, and I owned that competition. Well, okay.
Well, you're not a cheater. You're not a cheater.
I will put in a plug.
Please,
I'll put in a plug for my friend Steven.
Yeah,
He would have beat me, barely beat me, because it was basically leveling up competition. They gave us an hour to level up their character, to level up your champion or your hero, basically as fast as you can. And he would have beat me, but the computer that they had him using there basically shut down and it crashed on him.
That's funny.
So he would have beat me. Because we were neck and neck the entire time. So basically what they had us do was, okay, we can go run around, do whatever, level up as fast as you can within an hour. So because we were already beta testers, we knew where to go to get leveled up.
So you sabotage his computer so you can win. Go ahead. It's okay, admit it.
Okay. I sabotaged his computer to win. No, not at all. They got their little Alienwares there and they just crashed. I was like, that's why you build your own computers, people. Come on now. But okay, so we go there and we do our thing, and his computer crashed, and then I ended up, basically they're going down the line checking each person. Okay, you couldn't have any kind of boost or anything like that to help yourself with leveling up or anything. Each had to know where to go. So basically we ran out to where we knew where all the bosses were and where all the bosses would keep respawning, because what do? If you want to power level up, you go to the bosses, you go to the things that are 10 levels higher than you, and you're just going to level up like no one's business. So they're going down the line afterward. You got these guys that are, okay, oh look man, you're like a level 3 or level 4, oh man, this is amazing, level 5, okay man, this is amazing. They get to my friend, they're like, oh man, you're level, what was he? He was like level 7 at the time. We're like, and everybody's like, what? No, you're level 7? I was just sitting there like, oh my gosh, guys. Really? Really? So they come to me and they're like, what level are you? Okay, I pop up my guy and there he is. I'm a level 12 within just an hour. And they're like, what? No, I was like, they're like, but what'd you do? They're like, I thought you were supposed to just play through the game. No, dude, they said go level up.
Yeah.
So I teleported to where the boss was. So come on, guys. And I was actually using Spider-Man at the time. He sucks as a character. I'm not a Spider-Man fan in the game. Spider-Man's awesome, but in the game, I'm not a Spider-Man fan.
Who are you in the game?
In the game, I have 3 mains. I got 2 level 60s, which are going to be Phoenix. I don't play that often anymore.
Cheater.
So I got Phoenix, Jean Grey, and I have Miss Marvel.
Oh, there's cheating.
They're my 2 level 60s right now. I'm almost level 60 with my Rogue and Psylocke. So I like a lot of the female characters better than the male characters. I don't know. I know I like all the X-Men, so I'm a big X-Men fan in there.
Yeah.
So I'm getting
all Captain America.
Yeah. But I pretty much power level up a lot of my characters just so I get my synergies and everything like that. But
I stopped it.
I play when I can. I work forever, so you know, I work retarded hours every single day, so I play when I can.
Yeah.
But so if I'm not doing this or whatever, you know, watching wrestling, whatever, you know, I'll try to hop on there once in a while. So
I didn't see you do that since like last month.
get on that game.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's
Yeah,
been a
man.
while. It's hard to get on there all the time.
It's like them plantation slaves, man.
Yeah, it's hard to get on there all the time. But back to the subject about, you know, comic fans. I mean, you have games like that. Then you have the Arkham games.
Yeah.
Look
Can't wait for the
how
Arkham Knight.
popular those games are.
Oh,
So
it's gay.
I don't think, and then you look at all the clothing lines, and you look how popular these movies are. You just don't have all these fans of this stuff overnight. Okay. I believe all these people were comic fans in one form or another before all this stuff started coming out.
Hit that like and subscribe button.
I mean, I've been a comic fan for a long time. I can't even remember what the name of my first comic book was, but it was a Batman comic book. I actually lost it. Actually, no, my mom threw it away because it had bad words in it.
That's a
So,
good mother. That's a good mother.
Hey,
Tim,
I was
didn't you-
little, okay?
Yourself.
I was probably like 5,
A little
maybe.
degenerate.
5 or 6. I was a little degenerate there, so it had some
Yeah.
bad words in the comic book. I can't remember what it was. I'm gonna try and find that comic someday because I remember some of the pictures and stuff in the comic. So I'm trying to find that. It was Batman 1. There was some dude holding a gun at a dog. It was a little chihuahua telling him to get out of the way and stuff.
Mm.
So I'm gonna find that book. I know that picture.
You can probably see
So-
if Earl from America's Heroes in Comics can find it.
Possibly. I'll have to search for it, see.
It's a
So
it's
I'll
a
find that
chihuahua.
comic that I used to have. Huh?
It's a chihuahua in a gun.
Yeah.
Alright,
well,
gotta
this
search
dude's
for
like
all
pointing
these
his gun at
guys,
him.
the Batman.
But I was a comic fan back then. So, and then it was off and on there for a little while when I was in school. I was basically more focused on school than anything. I was doing school from sun up to sundown. Just because, I was a
hated
little,
that.
I was a little nerd. I was like, I was a straight A student and stuff. I was a little nerd. So,
Overachiever?
huh?
Overachiever?
I was a little bit of an overachiever. Hey man, come on now.
D's and C's.
But then after that, once I got my job, well, and my family couldn't afford just to go out and get whatever we wanted and stuff, so I couldn't go and get comic books and whatever I wanted. So once I got a job and everything, then I bought all my comics and everything. Started going to America's Heroes. That's right, we'll put in a plug for America's Heroes. So, and then also Dragon's Lair. So
Dragon's
some of
Lair.
you people in Texas know where those are. Go and check them out.
The best place to go. Dragon's Lair.
But America's Heroes is good too. So,
I live in Queens. So that's where I go.
whatever's closest to you, go check them out.
We'll still drop the Austin, depending on how we feel.
Well, that's when you
Yeah.
work.
No, I said even
Oh,
like on a Monday
okay.
like now, we'll still make a drive sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
But
Anyways.
I mean, I was always buying comic books and stuff growing up. So, and I knew quite a few people. A lot of me and my friends, we were all comic nerds and stuff. And then once we found out these movies were coming out, it was like, I mean, out of all my friends, hardly any of them. It was the majority who liked comic books or who read something out of comic books or something. So we weren't a 1%. Out of all the people I grew up with, we were not a 1%. So, I don't think comic fans are a 1%. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I saw that video where he said that. I believe it was in the Arrow After Show that he said that.
He says that quite often.
Okay, whatever. He says it quite
It's
often.
even worse.
But then here's the issue that I have with him. For being a movie critic, he is not a very smart movie critic. I'll call you out. You were horrible on the Arrow After Show, that's why you left.
Who?
Be honest. Who?
Who?
That's right. Who?
Who are we talking about?
Who is this? Who is this? Who left the Arrow After Show?
John Campea?
Wait, who?
John Campea?
What's his name?
John Campea?
Who is this? Never heard of you. That's because you were horrible at predicting these shows and you went completely different direction than what he thought it should have gone. Because he's not a comic fan.
He's a good start now. When I started out, learning more about movies and everything, getting back into the game, I was on me some John Campea.
Hey, it's okay. You were deceived.
Hey,
You were following the one that was disguised as an angel of light.
No, alright.
So we're gonna talk about when and how we got into comics.
Hey, we can break this up in this section to like a John Campea roast for our own a
We
separate
could
video.
probably do that a little.
Then I'll hashtag the mess out of that and I'll email it to him.
I'm like, you know nothing.
At AMC.
Okay, so now that he's saying, that we're the 1%, like Josh was saying, talk about how did you get into comic
Now
books?
that you mentioned that, all the friends who I grew up with, we all like comics and like superheroes, but I was never I was a casual reader.
Uh-huh.
Everybody who I grew up around liked it too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think comic fans are 1%. You may grow out of it because you either get really busy into other things or you don't have the money to do it.
There are people
Dad.
who do that.
But I don't see them as just being comic fans. Is he talking about hardcore comic fans who've always been in it?
That's
I
rare.
still wouldn't list them as 1%. I mean, dude, have you been to the Comic Con?
Dude,
I don't
those
call
things
that a
are
1%.
big.
I don't call that a 1%. I do not call that a 1% at all. So, just saying.
See, my dad, my dad unintentionally got me into comics. The first time I ever laid eyes on a comic was probably the original Spider-Man #1. He got me like a little, yay big, comic leaflet that had Spider-Man #1 through 3 and Fantastic Four 1 to 3 and 4 through 6 or something like that. Those were what I read for my first comics ever, and I kind of stopped after that because we really didn't have any comic shops down where we were. Got up here, didn't really know about the comic shops over on the street over there. Let's see. Book stand. I didn't even know that was there. I kind of knew.
Cramped. That cramped.
I kind of knew that America's Heroes was there. I just knew there was a comic book store there. Let's see. When I got really into comics was probably when I was in Waco, living in Waco, back in 2011, 2012. Started going to the library because at the library there we could check out 60, 64 books per visit. So I was like, comics, come here, come to me. Still the same amount of time we had to keep them, could renew them, but that's when I really got into comics. Didn't know a lot about comics back then, but now I know quite more than I do. So I'm just trying to get my sisters up in comics. My dad is more of a Star Wars fan. I am too. Big Star Wars fan. He's reading the Star Wars comics that are coming out. The new Star Wars Darth Vader. Still got to get that. But yeah, that's how I got into comics. And didn't really start collecting comics hardcore until like last year.
Yeah, my dad got me into comic books too. Kind of like unintentionally, like you were saying. Because, yeah, I grew up like watching that Spider-Man from like the 1990s. Pretty much all those shows from like the 1990s.
I like the 1990 Spider-Man show.
Yeah, and then like we watched the Justice League and then Justice League Unlimited, and then like the Static Shocks and the Batman Beyonds, all that good stuff back then. Like he had got me into that, and then we ended up taking me like the book stand and all that. And I think my first comic that I had read was Spider-Man when he had came back from the Secret Wars. It was like a small like issue, but he got the black suit. So when he first came back, yeah, I forget like what the title of it was, but it was like right after Secret Wars, he came back with the black suit. So I think that was my first one. I still have it.
I think the most sought out Amazing Spider-Man comic is probably, I think is number 300. I think that's where they first introduced Venom, or the Venom suit, I think.
Something like that.
But yeah. But just to wrap that up, comic book fans are on the rise. We're not 1% anymore.
I always thought it was like a cultural thing. Like every time I would look up like videos about like the Batman issues or like the Marvel issues, it would always start off with like, well, at this point in time in history, the war was going on and people were looking for a way to escape. It always seemed like a cultural thing. Like everybody was always in the comic books, but it's just something that nobody really talks about now. So it always seemed like more of a, not a 1%, but more of maybe 80 or 90 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it just depended when, I guess it was, and stuff. I don't think it's a 1%. I don't think it's ever been a 1%. I don't know what kind of point he's ever making about saying they're a 1%. Maybe it's because of the fans who want things just like the comics, or want stuff pulled out of there. Yeah, people who are like, well, kind of like me. I want to see what I'm looking at on the page. I want to see it on a big screen. I'm a fan. This is what I want to see. This is what it is. That's what I want to see you put in front of me. I don't want to see you taking what I'm reading and completely changing it and making your own story when you have all this material here. Take that and put it on the screen. That's what I want to see. After you show me this, then go and make something up. I don't care, because comics change. But do this and do it well, then after that, okay, then change it up.
I like what Marvel is doing with their movie cinematic universe. They're keeping their movies as close as possible, or they're keeping their movies as close as they can to the comic books, but also putting in their own stories. Like with Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie, they kept the origin as close to the comic as they could, but they did have to modernize it because Iron Man back in the Vietnam War, I think it was, would not have worked nowadays, probably.
Yeah. See, I'm fine with them changing certain things, like the origin of Ultron. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Certain things, yes, you can change, but certain things, it's like, no, don't change it. Ultron, especially, it makes sense. It makes sense in this universe. You know, things that make sense. That's what I'm fine with. Things that you change just to change, that's what I'm not fine with. You know, like Doom. Why are you making him a hacker? It doesn't make any sense.
It's stupid.
It's like certain things, it's just like, okay, we're changing them just to change. We're changing for the sake of change.
One, if not the most powerful Marvel villain, Neat, I think, or hacker, really? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So
we can do a rant if you guys want on John Campea or roast some other time. I don't know if I'll be in or not. I still like him to a point. To a point. I don't agree with everything he says, which would be like 70% of what he says. But I like him to a point. But yes, I don't agree with everything he says. But that's just my opinion. I know you don't like him at all. I don't know what you think. But
he still likes him.
Yeah, I like
okay.
him.
He still likes him, even though
Well,
he's completely wrong.
I agree that he's completely wrong, but I like him.
You like him as a person.
Find out in the next video.
We'll do
that
it.
hesitation right there.
We can do a roast some other time.
Here's
Like I
the
said, I
thing,
started
though.
off on the milk. Now it's time for me.
For me and critics, I am not a fan of critics at all. Most critics I disagree with because most critics are just stupid, and it's their opinions, and I think most people are stupid.
Especially that arrow average.
So it's just like their predictions, like that one episode that they did. What are your Arrow predictions? Those weren't predictions. Are you kidding me? Are
What
you
did they
kidding
say?
me?
I don't watch the
Like
Arrow.
that one thing they were like,
I don't watch
It's
it.
gonna happen.
I think Adam's gonna swoop in and do this, or I think there's gonna be a lot of hard things going on, and what stupid things like that. I was like,
But
that's
they're
not
all
a
gonna come
prediction.
together in the end.
Yeah, like the one person was like, I think they're all gonna come together in the end. They're gonna sit around. They're gonna sit around this fire and hold hands and sing "Kumbaya." Adam's gonna fly in and save the day.
He's gonna
become the
take
hero.
down Ra's al Ghul.
He's not gonna be the hero. Are you kidding me? See, that's what I'm saying. It was little things like that. It's like I'm just paraphrasing here, but it was
Okay.
similar to that.
Yeah.
What they were saying. We'll show you later.
It really was
We'll pop it up and show you.
Okay.
But it was really dumb. I was like,
actual
that
predictions.
wasn't a prediction. That was stupidity.
Mm.
I was like, give us a real prediction, like what you really think is gonna happen.
My prediction. Tell me what you think about this. Because you know they're making Arrow like, well, I'm probably wrong, but like they're making like Arrow the Batman of this universe.
They
You
are.
know that like he had some sort of relationship going out with Talia al Ghul. So in
Nisa.
here, and here they don't have her. They have Nisa. That's
Yeah.
his other daughter. So I'm thinking, okay, he's the Batman and she's Talia. Maybe they might have some sort of relationship with them going on in like the future. Who knows? Of course, that's not going to happen now. But you know, he's like, I want a new heir, and he's like, I want to take my daughter. You know, you both can have make children, so you can continue my lineage or whatever.
Well, he didn't say that.
But I'm saying like he wants an
Yeah.
heir to his throne. He wants him to be the new Ra's al Ghul. So of course, if you want that line to keep going, he needs to keep making babies. So you know, why don't you take my daughter?
Well,
Because you know that's how he was with Batman. Because with Batman, he was like,
well, that's with Batman. With
you
this,
want her.
with this series, they're
But they're
doing
making
something
him
a
the
little
Batman.
different. Well, they
It's
are making him the
different.
Batman. They're doing a little different. They're not saying give me an heir. They're saying you will be my heir. So it's like the passing of a title, and if Oliver stays, if Oliver becomes Ra's al Ghul, he would pick someone else worthy of the title and say, "You will be my heir." It's not, "I'll make a baby and this will be my heir."
Well, but that's what they wanted though. That's what they did with Damian Wayne.
It's Damian Wayne. This is Arrow.
I know, but they're making Arrow like the Batman.
They're making him like the Batman. He's not
Like.
the Batman.
Like, I know he's not the Batman. He's the Arrow, and Lisa's not Talia. She's Lisa. So, I'm just saying, I could be completely wrong. It would just
Could.
make sense in my head.
I could. Huh.
It makes sense in my head that they would, try to have some
Man,
sort of
hey,
like
get off that
relationship.
milk.
cultivate. I would
Get off
love
that
to
milk.
see that. I would love to see
Get off that
Lisa
milk.
and
Get off
Oliver
that Campea.
relationship.
This is something Campea would say. Get off it.
No, this ain't nothing you
Get
can
off.
say.
Get off
He's
it.
still stuck on that Felicity, man. It's Felicity, man. She's really making me mad
Get off it.
right
Get off
now. She's stuck on Palmer.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen coming up soon.
Wait, do we want to talk about this now, or do we want to actually do the Arrow after, or the
I don't know.
review?
It's getting late. I don't think I'm gonna do an after show.
these are
So
Probably not.
yeah,
Okay,
I gotta
this-
work in the morning. But this is what
That's
you're
not
gonna
bad
bringing this
time.
up. This is what I'm thinking is gonna happen. You got those arrows coming in there. We have already seen this of the set photos for the season finale of Flash, and Oliver Queen is wearing what looks like League of Assassins attire.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say, okay, maybe he's wearing a disguise, maybe this and that. Why would he be wearing a disguise when you got Flash, Firestorm, and Reverse Flash there?
And all those arrows on his back.
Yeah, it's
Carrying
like,
him.
why would he show up like that? I'm thinking because basically you left off on this last episode with Masao killed the mayor, and looks like he's about to fire another arrow, and there's Felicity right there. I'm thinking somebody gets hurt to where Oliver is basically feeling like he is forced to accepting Ra's al Ghul's offer.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that's how it's going to end up ending. I don't think the thing with Ra's al Ghul is going to end this season.
Probably not.
I think they may push it into the next season. I think they're
Because
going
Ra's
to
al
leave.
Ghul is a big character.
Yeah, I think they're going to give us a pretty decent cliffhanger, but they may finish it close to either the beginning of next season or
The
mid-season,
yeah.
something like that. I don't think they'll draw it out for another complete season. But I believe here near the end of this season, somewhere within the next few episodes, either Felicity does get shot and goes to the hospital and basically critical condition, or somebody else is going to get hurt, possibly die, and Oliver is going to basically be like, okay, everybody's turning on me, the city's all turning on me. Detective Lance is basically, he's finding out who I am. Roz,
I still
it
don't
looks
like
like it looks like in this next episode, Roz may be telling him who he is, and stuff. Possibly the next, either this episode or the episode after that, whichever one it is. So it looks like he's going to be forced into accepting the offer.
Yeah, it really does.
So I'm thinking basically it's going to end up coming down to, okay, I need to protect these people, and this is the only way I can do it because I can't stop him. So I'm going to have to accept his offer. I don't think there's going to be a point in time where it comes to, like you were saying, where it's going to be like, okay, make for me an heir. There may possibly be some kind of romantic entanglement between the two because it's going to come off as one of those weird, like, Batman-Catwoman relationship things. You know? Like, I'm the
Yeah.
vigilante, you're kind of the villain, but we kind of got this thing going because we kind of do the same thing. So they may get one of those kind of things going on. I don't think it's going to be a Batman-Talia type relationship, but it may be closer to a Batman-Catwoman type relationship. If that were to ever happen. I'm not sure that it would. I think beyond near the end of this season and then into the next season, we are actually going to see more of the relationship between Oliver and Felicity come back.
I hope so.
Hopefully she makes up her mind.
Well, I think it's going to happen because Adam, I don't think we're going to have him around after this season. Because they're supposed to be doing that spinoff, so I'm not sure that he's going to be around on
him out
Arrow
of
for
there.
this one.
Get him out of there.
So
He's a good actor.
Yeah, I just don't.
he's
wanna
a
see
good
him
actor,
there.
but
Act
the Adam
somewhere
character
else.
is kind of like Ray Palmer's getting annoying. You gotta go do your own show, dude.
Yeah.
Go to your own city. Get out of here.
Man,
Shoot. Be
you
gone.
failed that city.
You know. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, possibly they'll push Roswell to the end of the season and beyond. Maybe not. There's going to be some type of cliffhanger at the end of this. They gave us quite the cliffhanger at the mid-season finale.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a better cliffhanger than the last 2 seasons, because they didn't give us a very good cliffhanger for the season ending of this season or the season before that.
Oh, when Oliver got killed.
No. That was mid-season.
End season.
Yeah,
I'm talking about end season.
Okay, because mid-season was pretty good cliffhanger.
That's what I said. I
You're
said
talking about
mid-season
end
was.
season cliffhangers.
I said in the mid-season
Because
finale was great.
mid-season was a literal cliffhanger.
Yeah, the ending of season 2, it was a big letdown. It really was for a season finale. That was quite the letdown.
I forget
So
what happened at the end of season 2.
He beat Slade.
Oh, yeah,
beat
that's right.
Slade and nobody died or anything. It was just like yeah. And then of course at the beginning of season 3, Sarah dies. She should have died at the end of season 2.
No, that was a good way to kick off season 3.
No, it wasn't.
Get kicked off with joy.
No.
Because you've been wanting.
That was joyful, but you should have killed her at the end of season 2
because it made you even more mad. So when you finally saw it at 3, you were like, yes.
No, you
Praise
should have
God.
killed her at the end of season 2 and being like, who killed her? That way you had this whole time to speculate who killed her.
Well, they're still speculating. Well,
Thea killed her. It's obvious. We already know Thea killed her. Okay?
no, well, Malcolm. Malcolm killed her.
Thea killed her.
Technically.
Yeah, technically Malcolm. Well,
He ordered
according to
the hit.
Thea, she did it. He did it, but she pulled the arrow.
Stop whining.
Yeah.
Woman up.
Whatever. But I'm hoping Arrow gets a better season finale than it did the last couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, first season was decent. Second season was blah. It was horrible season ending. Or season finale. So I'm hoping they have a better season finale this year.
Yeah.
Give us a good cliffhanger, you know.
Be nice.
But I gotta go the other way, of course. You know how I do it.
Of course.
For the cliffhanger for this episode, it went straight to the arrow title. Like, you heard an arrow shot, but you didn't see who shot it. All you see is just his arrow, and then it just cuts off. Who knows whose arrow that could have been? It could have been somebody else's. It could have been his. Think about that. Dwell upon that. Meditate on it.
It could.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about that.
Do you want to end this right now?
Yeah,
Sure.
that works.
This was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I think we can do this again sometime. Probably want to be regular, maybe.
This works. Just regular chats, man.
Maybe, yeah.
How long is this?
Alright, so, want to end this out, Jay? Once you get back seated.
Oh, minute 50. Still shorter than our podcast. Or were we just gonna do mine, right? Okay, I did. Yeah, I
Do
just,
your ending.
Yeah, with the generic ending. This is my generic ending.
Generic ending.
Yeah, let us know what y'all think in the comments below. Continue to hit that like and subscribe button. Continue to tell everybody about Cosmic Crisis TV. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your grandma, grandpa, tell the
And
cats
you-
and dogs. Stop doing that. Tell everybody. I'll tell you this guy. Don't tell him. And until next time, Josh is lame and keep it cosmic.
If you guys are still watching, you guys are beasts.